Swanglin Show, episode 26. Joshua P. Dunn in the motherfucking house, in the place to be, in Casa de la Swangle, live, episode 26. I'm joined today by my man, Marinated Mitch, representing Jonesboro, Arkansas. What's up, Marinade?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
We out here.
Absolutely.
It's a different day, bro. Trying to get it.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for joining me on the Swanglin Show, episode 26. We're getting some pretty good reviews out of that episode 25 MLK Day that came out earlier in the week, man. So shout out to all the people that's taking the time to tune in to the Swanglin Show. Today on episode 26, we're going to talk about some different shit, Marinated Mitch. We're not going to talk about a historical figure, or we're not going to talk about an event, or we're not going to talk about anything tangible, man. We're going to talk about the concept and the word intent and intentions.
Okay.
Something totally different, right? So intention, by definition, is something intended, of course, which is like the fucking, you would have to go look up another word to then see what the actual definition is. But then the secondary definition is an aim or a plan. So we had mentioned earlier on previous episodes of the Swangler recently, man, talking about goal setting, talking about things we can do to be financially successful, how we can be better people, how we can be better men, better leaders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think the intent, man, is the killer concept involved in whether you're going to be somebody or you're not. You know what I'm saying?
Agree.
There is a quote that I want to start our conversation off with, right? And it's by Deepak Chopra, the guru.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, attention energizes, intention transforms. Very good quote. Now, I think it's very important to talk about intentions because it's very easy to like move around and get involved in your day-to-day activity in life and just kind of be aimless. You know what I mean? Just go through the motions and shit. I know you probably have moments like that, like I do, or anybody else does, where you just, might not be as focused and oriented on achieving whatever your goals are, or, I'm sure you've been in scenarios where, your intentions haven't been great. I'm sure you've been in scenarios in your life where your intentions were amazing. You don't always get the result of your intention, but I think it's a good thing for us to talk about what it is in concept. You know what I'm saying? So people can maybe take some information from episode 26 of the Swanglin Show and maybe reevaluate how they're living out here and think of ways they can intend to lead better and be a better person. Marinated Mitch joining me, Swanglin Show, episode 26. Right now, can you tell me about an experience in your life where maybe you feel like you had great intentions?
I feel like there's a bunch. I mean, me as a person, I strive to be, a good person and send out positive vibes and to try to help others whenever I can. I feel like when you put out good, you'll receive good. So I feel like my intentions are always, to the trying to be a better person or becoming a better mentor or, a person that just helps others, like you said earlier, though, sometimes your intentions, they don't go the way or they don't seem to look the way what they were actually intended for, I'm just big on, what I'm saying, trying to follow my goals, man, and stay oriented and set small term to achieve my long term, and that's really just what I do, man, to keep doing that, man. And I feel like everything's going to work out in the end, man.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's great that you mentioned the long game because really, without having the vision and seeing the long game and trying to play the long game, playing the short game ain't even worth playing.
I agree.
Because you got to be playing the short game to the long game.
To make it to the long game.
You got to look and make set a huge goal, break it down, segment it into small goals,
Small
chip
goals.
away at the block with the intention of achieving. And you can knock shit down left and motherfucking right when you're listening to the Swanglin Show and you're getting this game from Marinated Mitch. Look at that chain he's wearing. You think that was cheap? It wasn't fucking cheap. You can fucking maybe one day pair that chain up with the Swanglin Heavyweight Championship because you're gaining ground on Vice Grip's Swanglin title, man. How do you feel about that?
I should be close, man. I think he like one up on me, man. It's a close race, man. I'm backed in the corner, round 3, but I'm still fighting. I'm coming, Vice.
Oh yeah, it's going down on the Swanglin Show. We're talking about intent and intention, right? So I think that like as a man, you kind of have to move with a certain kind of intent. You got to be hungry all the time, and you got to be always looking to serve people and help people and kind of fucking your intention you have to pretty much be out here. If you're not trying to help people, you pretty much got it upside down because that's how you put that energy out there and that shit comes back. You know what I'm saying? Do you agree with that, Marinade?
100% agree. I 100% agree. I'm one of them people that always believe that. To me, whenever you don't put out, you know what I'm saying, you still get that back too. You know, you won't get help. People won't try to reach out. And so, like you said, man, I'm always, you know, if there's something that I can do to help others and it doesn't literally hurt me or my family, you know, I'm all for it most of the time, even if it does, you know, cost a little extra of my time or sometimes even a little money, because I know in the long run, you know what I'm saying, it's going to come back, you know, tenfold. So stay with them type of beliefs, man. And I feel like everybody's life will be better because we'll basically just, I don't know, attribute to each other's, you know, intentions and help each other build their goals. So, you know, it's a lot easier to achieve it when you got a team, you know what I'm saying, instead of just yourself.
Yeah,
because most of your goals that you're going to set, you're going to need somebody's help somewhere down the line. So, you know.
Well, and a lot of people, I think, view like getting help from somebody as like weakness, when in reality, that's not fucking weakness. You know what I'm saying? It's called having resources. You know, you gotta build relationships with people and trust with people, and you got to go to bat for people and help people so that way they know that it's worth it to come do it for you. Yeah. There's billions of people in this world, and a lot of people don't give a fuck even about their own families. And like fucking, you see it all the time in today's world. I mean, I'm sure you could pull up news articles of shit in the United States of like sibling murder and like all types of wild shit. Like some people don't even look out for the people that's the closest to them because their intentions are bad, because maybe they're selfish or maybe they make poor decisions or whatever. Like if you're listening to the Swanglin Show and you're like, you think maybe you got a scenario on your hands where maybe you're not serving correctly to the world. And when I say serving the world, man, I don't mean like from a religious fucking standpoint or like philanthropic standpoint or anything like that. I mean, doing something that you're passionate about and helping people. That is serving the world. You know what I mean? Like if you, that's kind of the way that like I intermingle intent in my daily life, kind of is like, what am I living for? What am I trying to do? What are my goals? How can I, you know what I mean, set even more goals and knock shit out of the park? Like, fuck, dude, I'm studying, trying to like learn a different language and shit just because I'm trying to fill time with doing something productive because I don't want to be lazy. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do that myself, man. I feel like when you get too lazy, your brain gets lazy and then you kind of get offset from your goals, you know. As long as you're breaking them goals down, like we said, into short-term goals, I feel like you can keep just setting short-term goals that make it easier so that it also feels like you're making progress faster, because sometimes it's harder to see that long-term, you know what I'm saying, effect, or it takes longer for you to see it, you know.
Yeah, and you gotta have the vision to see the long game, whatever it is that you're doing. Say if you want to start a business or something, you got to be like, okay, this is what I'm going to sell. This is what I'm going to sell it for. This is who I'm going to sell it to. And this is how much I'm going to sell it for. You know what I mean? But when it comes to having the vision or clarity to be able to see the broad scope of whatever your goals are. If you're trying to be a millionaire, you got to have an actual plan to become a millionaire. If you want to be like a stoic man in your family, you want to be like a fucking patriarch, and you want to be a leader of men, you have to like commit to being these things, and you have to live being these fucking things. You can't just say that's what it is. It has to actually be what it is. Is that correct, Marinated Mitch? I mean, you've got to stand on it, right?
Yeah, you do. You really do. A lot of times I think people get distracted, or they worry about what other folks have, or they see what TV shows, and so they feel they should be further, and they get a little disappointed, or they get completely off track. It's one of those things you gotta build it in your mind, so that it's routine, so that oh, I need to be doing this, I need to be going doing this, so that you don't get offset. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I just keep going, man. Like I'm hungry. I'm real hungry, man, and I want my kids to have way more than I have, and I want that if I leave, I'm going to be able to leave my kids with something. So that's what helps keep me and is the drive, to make me do, more, and to set them goals more and achieve them goals, check them off, and write another one that might help or whatever, you got to do.
Yeah. That's the best part for me too, is like in 2021 and 2020, like I was super fucking goal obsessed pretty much, to where like everything had a deadline. Everything was broke down and segmented. I had a different goal for every quarter of the year, plus a whole year goal, plus a 6-month goal. And you know what I mean? And I built some structures and routines early in like 2020, like made some personal changes and shit that kind of just like springboarded me to where like everything that I mapped out, I accomplished. To where like coming into 2022, I'm looking at pretty much like a clean slate. Like, okay, so what now? You know what I mean? What do I do now? I just kind of took some advice from some of the homies, and you know what I mean? And kind of looked around in some different avenues and kind of made some different plans coming forward to the year, especially with shit with the Swanglin Show. Man, we're fucking, I believe in the last 6 weeks, we put out like 9 episodes or something of the Swanglin Show, like dangling on the world. And, we ain't taking shots at other podcasts or nothing like that, because we don't got no huge viewership or nothing. But look at Marinated Mitch, man. You think he's fucking around with you on this podcast? On the Swanglin Show?
There, bro. We in there, bro. Promise you. We're going to get it one way or another. And the people that's rocking with us, they know how we roll. So shit.
Okay. So I got another quote. I got a couple quotes in my notes, actually, that I wanted to drop on this episode of the show, because it's just things that I feel like would spiral into good conversation or could potentially just maybe unlock something. And this one's from the philosopher Socrates, right? So we're going way back for this quote.
So great.
Yeah, so crate. Yeah, so many fucking crates. The milk crate challenge, actually. So it says, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but building the new. So if you're listening to the Swanglin Show and you may potentially make poor decisions or something, you got to fucking put all that energy in to making good decisions. Marinated Mitch, what are you putting all your energy into right now that's like a new thing? Something that you're trying to build.
I've been talking about it a lot, but sports cards, man, and investing, man. I've devoted so much energy now to just trying to find the cards that I need to complete sets, and find cards that I know that are going to end up going up in value, so that I can have a good return of income. And just, man, any little small thing that I could do just to add a little extra money, man. I'm swapping out air conditioning units some days. I'm fucking delivering alcohol some days. I'm building shit, doing construction work some days. Like, to me, as long as the money's right, I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get it, And shit, that's all I do, bro. I'm talking stay stacking. Do all I can, man, to get to them goals, man, so that it's a lot easier, you know what I'm saying, the next year, and I can set more goals and achieve more and accomplish more, man.
Hell yeah. I love hearing that shit too. Like, um, I was just having this conversation with my girl the other day that it's like, it don't even have to be like somebody that I know. Like,
Same.
I'll just see something on the news and I'll be like, oh man, I gotta get on my shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta put something together. Something's gotta
It'll
go.
spark you. It'll spark you because you see their, their achievements. You know what I'm saying? You see their goals sometimes, and you're like, man, I could have did that. I'm finna go do this, this, and this. And then it might create something. You never know. The hardest part with me is just not trying. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they get in their mind because they don't want to do something different or out of routine of what they normally do. And that right there, to me, is the thing that holds me back. So I got to
Yeah,
tell
me too.
myself, hey, don't be scared to jump out there. Jump out there. You fail, you know what not to do next time. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look about everything in life, man. For real.
Oh yeah, dude. Cause like pretty much to where I'm at, like I've convinced myself that my resources are unlimited, even though they're not. You know what I mean? I'm just so used to being able to be like, no, this is what I need. And then I make it fucking happen and then I have it. You know what I mean? To where like I trick myself sometimes to believe that my resources are damn near unlimited. So I've failed so many times, dude, on like trying to do little startup things that like people don't even know I was involved in because I didn't put my name on it. You know what I mean? Trying to do a bunch of different little shit. I failed probably 100 times in business, dude. Took L's all over the place. I tried to do all types of shit. You know what I mean? And sometimes things work, sometimes things don't. But one thing I've noticed is that like the things that didn't work, it wasn't intended to work. Those things aren't my purpose. I know what my purpose is. You know what I mean? People used to think that like I would believe that maybe my purpose was to make music. My purpose isn't to make music. Making music is just something that we do
that
for
you
fun.
like to do.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Something we do for fun. We like to write and fuck around and shit. You know what I mean? But my real purpose in the world and one of my real fucking strengths as a person, bro, is being the circuit board. I tap people into other people.
Other people. Yeah.
This is how I just live my life, man. I know a guy that knows a guy who knows a guy. And I fucking love doing that. Now, I feel like my intentions that led me to being that person is because I love fucking helping people. I like fucking I don't know. There's something about like seeing other people click up and fucking be successful at something together and it's like, oh yeah, I made that play happen. I don't need no credit for it. I don't need nothing.
It worked.
I could name.
It worked. Man, that's all that matters.
I could name hundreds of scenarios of different things and business transactions and all different types of things that I've pretty much just been the driving force from both sides and benefited none and made me so happy.
Same, bro.
Just to know, like, hey, they know that if I can tap it together, you know what I mean? And that's one of my strengths as a person. Now, do you ever like sit and break it down and think about like the way that you're moving and like how you're like the energy that you're giving off and like ever stop yourself and be like, nah, man, fuck what I'm doing. Let me go figure out how I can, just like help somebody else.
Yeah. With me, like I said, man, I'm all about helping others. When you do receive, you know what I'm saying, your blessings from helping others, sometimes that's what it's from. At least in my life. There's been times where I couldn't get things accomplished and couldn't get it accomplished, and I just put it to the side, and then something came at me where I was able to help somebody else, and as soon as I got done helping that person, it was boom. My problem was solved. I knew exactly what I needed to do, when I needed to do it, how I needed to do it instantly. But my mind wasn't really on that yet. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think through it enough. I feel like, and I feel like even in small things like that, like every time you help somebody, it's good energy, and you feed off others' energy. So if they have good energy and you have good energy, you know what I'm saying? It's always going to be that positive, influence. People with the bad energy, you know what I'm saying? it can take you down. You know what I'm saying? It can attach to you, and it can make your good energy bad. So I feel like when you uplift people and help them in their certain situations to accomplish their goals, you know what I'm saying? It spreads that positive energy and tries to trump over, the evil that's going around. And in the long term, you know what I'm saying, making everybody positive, happy, and whatever they intended or their intentions were, you know what I'm saying, they accomplish it, or at least closer to it. If that makes
and I
sense,
feel like, no, that makes perfect sense to me. And hopefully it does also to the listeners of the Swanglin Show, episode 26. Joshua P. Dunn. Today, the P is for psychology, man, because we're talking about some deep ass shit today. We're going in, talking about intentions and having different value sets and being virtuous and fucking helping people and putting your foot forward. You know what I'm saying? On standing on what you're trying to do. You got to have every intention, if that makes sense to the listeners of the Swanglin Show. Don't be aimless. You know what I mean? Have some goals, stick to it, have a code of ethics. I mean, shit, out here, people don't really stand for shit anymore. Things aren't, people aren't like, some of the people that we know that's older, a lot of people that's our age and younger generation are on some straight bullshit and don't really have much regard for other people. And I feel like they get that in return when it comes to the form and magnitude of the success that they carry. You know what I mean? Because
I agree.
You got to have the right energy. Some people are always in trouble, like legal trouble, financial trouble, and that all that shit stems from your energy and your choices and all the things that you're doing. Me too, man. Shit, me too. And multiple times, I've been, in both of those shoes, whether it be, fucked up my money multiple times or like went to jail or fucking got in some type of trouble or was involved in beefing with this person and that person and fucking, how fucking shit goes. You can be easily distracted if you are the person that chooses to be distracted. Correct. So you got to choose to have the motherfucking intent to do something positive, have some goals, and fucking swangle in 2022 with Joshua P. Dunn. Marinated Mitch, the number one contender for the Swanglin Heavyweight Championship, is in the building. He's got his pinky out like he may be sipping some warm English tea today.
Eggnog.
Now,
eggnog with a little spike.
Y'all drink some eggnog in the South, huh?
Yeah, they big on it down here, man. Especially when it gets cold.
Yeah, and it's got do they do it with the alcohol in it and shit or no? Yeah. People up here fuck with the eggnog too, to the point where like they make eggnog ice cream and all this crazy shit.
I've never actually did it myself though.
Yeah, me either. I like drinking the eggnog every once in a while, but my warm beverage of choice is gonna definitely have to be that fire hot chocolate. We need the hot chocolate.
I'm a hot chocolate fan too, over eggnog all day, every day. I'm anything chocolate with me, I'm not even gonna stunt, bro. I'm a fat kid.
Yeah, I mean, we've already documented up at this point about you've pretty much hospitalized yourself over the last month or so with cookies. You know what I mean? Ate so many cookies that he couldn't even appear on the Swanglin Show. He's back. They hit him with that fluid IV. They put him on the treadmill. It was like that 50 Cent video where he's like strapped to the gym equipment or whatever the fuck it is. It was you for 48 hours. And then boom, he's back in prime fucking form as the number one contender coming for Vice Grip Swanglin title.
Man, we gonna get it, bro. Vice, you better keep up, man. One thing is for sure, it's hard to keep that title, man. It's a lot easier to get it most times than it is to keep it.
Well, I feel like the more content that we do, the better the conversations are. It's always a pleasure chopping it up with you and CJ and Nuke, which we don't even know what happened to Nuke, bro. He disappeared at the end of Swanglin MLK.
You still ain't talked to him since?
I ain't talked to him since, bro. Phone's off, straight to voicemail, for real. He got COVID. COVID up in his house and shit. Couch. Oh, man.
Stuck to somebody's couch.
There's COVID rampant out here, We just had
to deal with that, man. Our whole family.
We need to know. We need to know that the Jucleus is safe. Kyle, if you hear this, man, call us, bro. Something,
Man,
let us know. Yeah, man. Like, let the couch go, man. It don't have to be this way on the Swanglin Show, episode 26. We're talking about the intent and what you got to do going forward to set some goals up and knock them out. So check this out, Marinade. On one of the previous episodes, CJ had mentioned making vision boards and shit and like mapping out goals, right?
Yeah.
That's like one thing that's like fucking major for me. I gotta have like to-do lists, checklists. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have it physically organized. I gotta be able to see it, see my progress of what I'm doing. So do you have anything lined up for 2022, like structurally? You got some shit mapped out for the year?
Yeah, 2022, man. I'm trying to get in a little more, invest inside in real estate, man, and try to get in building houses and finding contractors to build houses, you know, and working on builder loans and just trying to do anything I can to elevate, you know what I'm saying, my money situation and still, you know, do the rest of my other grinds. That's really my main focus. Not gonna lie, man. I'm wanting to build my own house how I want it, and I don't know. That's goal number one, and that's the one I'm going to achieve, man, for real.
Well, shit, I've seen your handiwork before and some of the renovation work you've done before. I would imagine if you get your hands in dirty,
own, man.
Yeah, and shit.
Get my own.
I've been over the last several years the type of person that's kind of been like driven to acquire assets and not all about having cash liquidity. It don't really mean shit to me anymore.
Same.
So I study and look around different parts of the country. Where's the land for the low? What's going on? You're in a great scenario as far as your local area of getting involved in maybe doing some rehab flipping and land purchasing and some short dealing and a bunch of shit, because the land price is looking real nice in Northeast Arkansas.
Like, it's some of the most beautiful land here, man. And if you go just out of the city limits, man, it's so cheap. It's ridiculous. Some of the bills are almost like a cell phone bill, man, because they're so damn cheap, you know, for land. So like that's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to step out of that boundary, get out of that comfort zone, and go buy me some land, man, and go put something on that land, and go buy another piece of land, and put something on that land, you know, until I actually have me an estate or my own little plantation, you know, or you know at least some rental houses, you know, something to where I can generate some revenue, man, and still be comfortable, you know, comfortable living.
Yeah, and shit, dude, I'm on that fucking same shit, bro. Like, I was thinking the other day, like the last couple of years, the way I finesse certain scenarios to have the assets that I have now. And if I continue on steamrolling that train, like, oh shit,
where
man.
You gonna be, where you gonna be in a couple 5 years? Where you gonna be in 10 years? Like that's what I get excited about, man. When you start seeing your progression and your growth, that sometimes it could kick a spark in you to where you're like, man, I could do so much more. I can do so much more. And it just takes, you know what I'm saying, sticking in it, keeping it routine and keep doing the same thing with the goals. And then boom, before you know it, you're like, man, look how far I done made it from where I was, you know?
Oh yeah, dude. For me, it's crazy because like I'm looking at like the different scenarios that I got in front of me and different opportunities that are there and opportunities that I want to create for myself and for other people. And it's like, I can't help but just be hungry as fuck about something all the time. I don't know if that's like a good thing. I would imagine that it probably is a good thing. It's probably a testament to a lot of the successes that I have had, is the fact that I'm like never comfortable. I always want more. I always feel like, you know, if I remember like the first time I had 10, I'm like, oh yeah, people are like,
I remember when I told myself if I had 10, I'm this and this, you know.
Oh yeah.
And then you got 10, it was like, what if I had 20? What if I had 40? You know?
Well, no, it's crazy. I had as soon as you go to the store one time, you don't have 10 no more. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, oh, well, fuck. Now what do I do? Well, I got to get 20 or whatever.
Got to get it again.
And then like
I did it once, I can get it again.
You start looking at things a little bit differently, and you assess that long game, and it's just like
set higher standards too, you know?
Oh yeah, bro. It's perfect to go into a new experience and like challenge yourself and just to spark another one. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know shit about like buying fucking houses, but I bought it, you know?
Yeah.
bought some property. I don't know shit about buying property, but I done bought some property. You know what I mean? I don't know shit about being a husband, but I'm about to get married. You know what I'm saying? In 2022. I'm just super hype and looking forward to like different avenues of life and seeing different things I can grind harder at and be a better fucking dude every day. You know what I mean? And if you're listening to the Swanglin Show, man, you got to have that fucking fire, man. You got to be hungry to make it fucking happen out here. It's Joshua P. Dunn, joined as always by Marinated Mitch. He's back for good, coming for the Swanglin Heavyweight Championship, and he's got the intent of dethroning the vice grip down there in South Florida, who's just been on this massive fucking run with the fucking Swanglin title. I know you're gonna knock him off. You're gonna get even more jewelry. You're gonna bust out that people don't even know you got that legendary
Versace robe.
Yeah, you got the legendary piece though. You bust out that OG Mr. Rage cluster rock fucking watch. Oh man.
Speak of it.
Oh man. They don't know about the Mr. Rage cluster watch.
Can you see it?
Oh yeah, I can see it. I can fucking see it. It's an epic fucking thing. So I can see that you have the pinky ring on, like you're drinking tea, but you'll be iced out and you could be the Swanglin fucking champion. And it'll be wild out.
We got the pinky ring too already. I just didn't have it on, man. We got it on now, though, man. We'll broadcast that thing too, man. Marinated. Yeah, they real. Yeah,
it ain't. No, man. I mean, look at that thing. There ain't no way that's fucking real. You know what you're doing out here. Man. I seen you. You was smoking a Pinner Doob. There ain't no way it's real.
Fugazi.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely got to be, what is that, CZ, lab made, something. You know what I mean? You got one of them testers.
Blue topaz.
You got one of them testers that they've been pulling out on everybody, man.
We're pulling your card on this way. I used to have one. I was that guy. I swear I was younger.
Well, hey, and there's nothing wrong with that. And see, that's another thing I want to talk about when it comes to intent, right? A lot of people, like you had mentioned earlier, like people seeing stuff on the internet and like wanting to be other people and fucking or like doing shit like that. Like, dude, that's the fucking crazy part about the whole thing is right now, there's like, I don't know if it's like this in your area or whatever, but it's like sometimes people confuse you enjoying your life with stunting.
Materialistic stuff.
Yeah, like if you want to have a nice car, that's you being arrogant or whatever. It's like, no, motherfucker, I want this car. You know what I mean? Like I see shit like that from people, and I don't see it as like, oh, this person's stunting on everybody. I'm just like, damn. I wish I had this. What can I do to get it? You know what I mean?
Same.
You gotta know where the threshold is and stop thinking that everything is fucking people trying to stun on you. Because really,
competition.
If you see everything as competition, in reality, you're really sneak fucking hating.
You're hating yourself though.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Because it only gonna hurt you. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. You can't be doing that. If you're listening to the Swanglin Show, man, stop hating on yourself. On episode 26. That's where we're going to fucking end it right there. Have intent and stand on something as a human fucking being in this world. If you stand on anything and you have any fucking type of common courtesy, you'd probably like the Swanglin Show at all platforms, you know, otherwise you might be a bad person. You might not even have the intentions of listening to the Swanglin Show, but if you did, then you're accepted by us as well and everybody else. You could probably go fuck yourself, or you could try listening to the Swanglin Show. And if you don't like it, then you can still go fuck yourself. It's been episode 26. Joshua P. Dunn, the host with the motherfucking most, like Beetlejuice. Marinated Mitch, Mitch Millions of True Definition joining me, holding it down. Oh yeah, Mitch, we got one more thing that we got to tell the people on the way out the door. If you had to tell them Rick's dangling and suck it for rage, how would you tell them?
First and foremost, I'm going to say, suck it for rage. R.I.P. my guy. You know what I'm saying? Them is true words. I've done used them words. And man, Rick's dangling long and hard. I'm talking from the ground up. Boom, 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 boom. Real talk, man. We've been dangling for a minute, man. Just saying, all Rick Nixon, everything. You know what I'm talking
yeah.
about?
Yes, sir. Until next time, you little son of a bitch.